Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Natasha and this is what I want to call Parrot in the Kitchen, which means that, hi, I'm Natasha. I'm a paraplegic and I am trying to avoid going to the store to buy sweets. So I figured I would spend the same amount of time, if not less, just making them here because I have the capacity. And that is pretty much what I recommend for most of us. If you're like me, it's 10 minutes to the store, or in my case, it's more like 20 minutes to the store. The closest store anyway, turns into 10 minutes putting the chair in the car on a good day and getting it out of the car. So that's an extra 20 minutes just to get to the store and then getting back into the car, getting back into the house. That's just 20 minutes of just building a wheelchair each stop. So you quickly see that that turns into like 40 minutes just for one single grocery store stop. And that doesn't count drive time. That doesn't count getting everything in. And then it's kind of like, it's just too much. So get your flour, get your sugar, get some lemons, get some blueberries. We're gonna make some stuff. All right, to start off with, because we're making lemon blueberry muffins, we're gonna start by zesting a lemon. And it's one of those things where it's super annoying, but it really pays off. And then how you zest, I'm not gonna lie to you, it's a little bit more difficult than it used to be when I could stand up and do this. But I like to have any sort of, I don't have one of those cool little tiny microplane ones. I prefer this flat grater that I have. I also have like a little mini grater that you can use, or you can use a full-size grater. I just like that this one fits in the bowl. I do this at the kitchen table, so it's a little bit shorter for me to get to, so I have better leverage. And you don't want to zest into the lemon. You only want like the very, very outside skin. And you want to avoid the bitter white part. So you zest up to that point. All right, now that I zested my poor little lemon, you're gonna add this to about 3/4 cup of sugar. We're going to stir that up a little bit, and then we're going to let that set while we do everything else, so it gives the time for the sugar to draw the oils out of the lemon. And it smells so good. If you like lemon flavored things, this is you don't even need to put the blueberries in, but they make it healthy, right? Fruit is healthy. All right, 2 teaspoons of baking powder. All right, so what we're going to do at this point, we're going to get another bowl. I put 1.5 cups of flour in here, and we're going to add a teaspoon of salt. We're going to add a little over 1 cup of blueberries, because that's all that I had left. And you want to kind of gently incorporate them, because you want the blueberries to get coated in the flour so they don't sink. All right, and then I want to set this aside and come back to the sugar bowl. It smells divine. But what we're going to add to this, we're going to add an egg. Mine is room temperature. Apparently it matters, but I've never actually noticed a difference. And mine comes funny colored because I have my own chickens. And we're going to add 1/3 cup of oil and 1/3 cup of whatever milk you use. I'm still lactose intolerant, unfortunately, to my dismay, so I'm going to be using oat milk. But whatever you do, you just do equal parts oil to milk, essentially. Dump that in there. There's the oat milk. I'm going to break that yolk and then just incorporate this. And after this is mixed, we're going to add a little bit of lemon juice from that lemon that we had earlier. So you're going to want to dig through whatever cooking supplies that your grandparents or your aunt gave you. Now, we should only need like 1 lemon. It's worth of juice for this, but we'll see how good and juicy this guy was. I like using a lemon juicer because it'll catch all the seeds for you. And also, if you are like me, you can tell like I'm kind of leaning heavily on this table because I don't have any abs to get this done with. Makes it a lot easier. Then we take that, add it straight into our liquids. Stir that all together. It looks gross, but I bet it's actually delicious. And you take all the wet and you stick it in the dry. And when you're stirring this up, you don't want to mash the berries. So you do just kind of want to do this delicately. And it's kind of like making pancakes. You don't want to overmix it. You kind of still want it to be a little lumpy, but you don't want any dry flour. So this is how quickly this comes together. You don't have to go to the store. As long as you already had the ingredients at your house. That is also an important factor. All right, and then you get your muffins tin out, or your cupcake tin, whichever you want to call it. And you just put your little papers in there. Makes cleanup so much nicer. I love making little cupcakes and muffins instead of like a loaf of bread because you don't have to grease the pan. You don't have to worry about really cleaning up the pan afterwards. It's all contained in a tiny little muffin. And then take your fancy spoon. This is a gravy spoon because I don't have a scoopy scoop. And we're just gonna fill up the little muffin tins. And you don't want to fill them all the way up because you want to give them room to rise. But conveniently, it kind of works out to a full scoop for me. Whatever you choose to do, you can just do it with the normal spoon. You just fill that guy up about 3/4 of the way. Just not to the top, because otherwise you will create your own mess. Even though I'm really good at making my own as is. And I'm going to take this moment to fast forward to putting them in the oven. All right, you see, we made 12 muffins. And we're going to put this into the oven, 350 degrees for about 15 to 20 minutes. So if you're like me, I'm going to set it for 17 minutes and go check them. And you get to see these much sooner than I did. But with the power of time traveling, we now have the blueberry lemon muffin. They smell amazing. And very good. Took me probably about 40 minutes. I put everything in the dishwasher while they were cooking. So in about the time it would have taken for me just to build the wheelchair, I made muffins. I don't need to go anywhere. I now have 12 muffins and I'm one person. going to be a great time. And I hope that you all have a great time and enjoyed. And if you do like the videos, like, comment down below. And I love you all. Have a great day.